good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're reaching us from. This is Business Debut, and your host is Anthony Njenga. Remember, the purpose of this program is to help you grow your business, get maximum profit, and impact the community positively. That's the essence of what we do and why we do this here. So today we want to talk about a very interesting topic. Last time we discussed a few things on with a company called African 118 who are helping SMEs grow. Can you imagine? SMEs, they are looking for 1,000 SMEs to help them expand their business, and they are looking for Kenyans, and we still don't have the numbers. However, today we have an interesting topic. This is somebody asked me, what are some of the books that have changed your life? There is one book I read called The Little Book of Talent. And let me just read something that I read from somebody called Washington. Success leaves footprints. Yeah, it was told by T. Washington. And then the success is not measured by the positions one has reached in life, but by the obstacles which one overcomes while trying to succeed. Now, the Book of Talent was written by a guy called Daniel Coyle. And all the things he was seeing is trying to see how people are able to achieve great results. I mean, sportsmen and stuff like that. So now, the reason why it changed my life is because I learned one or two things. You know, in the past, I used to hear our parents say that I am too old to do stuff, or somebody says I am too young for one reason or the other. And I read this book and it changed the way I completely how I look at things. Nowadays, I don't look at things in terms of about my age. I look at whether I have the skill or not. Let me just read one or two things that I learned from this book. It's called The Little Book of Talent. If you want to become like somebody you like, one of the tips, it says, stare at who you want to become. And I think this is a popular thing. It says you want to stare at somebody you become. If, for example, I'll give my example. I started swimming a while ago, and one of the things I was doing, I was going to YouTube to see how swimmers swim. 10 years ago, or rather 20 years ago, I was swimming in a pool somewhere in Dondora, and I almost drowned. And what happens, one of my friends just pulled me from a dam. We had gone as teenagers. And that time I was about 20 years old. I couldn't swim. Yeah. And when I got my son, I trained him how to swim because of what I had gone through. And I taught him how to swim. And when we swam with him some time ago, the boy beat me in terms of swimming because he was very good at swimming. I took him to a school where they taught how to swim. Now, when I got this book, the talent score, I learned that I have to learn to see, like observe people who I like. So I was observing swimmers who are doing very well in swimming, who do very well in terms of swimming. So I watched them. Yeah, that's one thing I did. I watched them, and then it says spend 15 minutes of a day engraving the skill in your brain. When you see the person you want to be, and then you conceive it in your brain, you own the process. You think about the process, even whether it's business or anything else you're doing. What do you do when you see, I want to become a millionaire? Own the process, feel it, feel the process. Because when it's in your mind, then it becomes part of you. So you feel the process. The idea for that is runners. One of the examples he was giving is runners, like some runners, like for example, let's say Usain Bolt. They run with people who are good at what they do. He's 100 meters, he does 100 meters. But before he does the race, he conceives it in his mind. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, and of course, even the Bible says that. But the other thing you have to do is that they say, this is interesting. The other thing he says is steal without an apology. Imagine that you learn, whether it's business. For example, let me give you a good example. China started copying America in a lot of things. Technology, they copied design, they copied them in doing a lot of things. So, copy to learn. Now, 10 years later, I think 20 years later, China is so ahead in technology because they become better than even America. In fact, I was listening to the Chinese premier, the leader. He was saying that in 2030, China will be the hub. It will be the robotics center of the world. Can you imagine? Having copied a lot from US, copied until they become good at what they do. Now, most of the products that are developed in China are labels that have come from America because they copied. So you say, whatever you want to become, copy without apology. It's okay to learn. It's okay to copy without apology. You want to become a celebrity, learn how celebrities do what they're doing. You want to become a business person, learn from another expert in business. Look at the leaders in your area of expertise. For example, if it's the courier business, I run a courier company. I have to look at how DHL does what they do. Why? Because I want to benchmark with DHL. So whatever you want to do in life, look at the people who are ahead of you. Okay? So he said, then copy without apology. Now, the other thing I like about this book is called The Little Book of Talent. Buy a notebook. It says a high percentage of top performers keep some form of daily performance journal. Yeah, write stuff down and reflect on it. Results from today, ideas from tomorrow, goals for the next week. You write. For example, if you're a runner or you're doing a sport, you need to look at where have I gone wrong? How can I improve? Journal it down. Today I did this. It didn't work. Why did it go wrong? How can I do it? How can I do it better? You see, so you journal your successes and your failures. Now, another thing I like about the Book of Talent says, be willing to be stupid. Imagine, to improve, to push the boundaries of possibilities is to build new connections in the brain, which means reaching and failing and yes, looking stupid. Whatever you want to do, don't do anything within your comfort zone. Push yourself towards a certain edge. We know in the past you used to be told, I've heard a saying that guys say that I have to get it right the first time. That's a very bad statement. You need to say, I am going to fail and fail and fail and fail until I learn. You fail forward. So he says, to improve and push your boundaries, you have to be able to look stupid, make mistakes, more mistakes, until you become good at what you're doing. Yeah, be willing to be stupid. That's a concept that I didn't know. Yeah, so push the boundaries, push the stick as far as you can, so that you're able to become better. You don't become better, you improve, and before you know, and that happens even in our business world. For example, any technology you have in the world, the first thing you have to do is called minimum viable project. You remove a minimum viable project. What happens in that project? You continuously iterate, make it, test it, make mistakes, improve on it. Before you know, like for example, if you look at Facebook today and the Facebook that was there before, it's a totally different ballgame. Why? Because you've made mistakes, you've learned from feedback from customers, you continue improving. So when somebody tells you you have to be right the first time, they're lying to you. It's okay to fail and fail forward and learn from your failure. And I know our parents in the past used to say, you're not supposed to fail. It's okay. You need to be able to accept failure as part of success. Interesting, a little book of talent. The other thing you have to do is that don't choose luxury, comfort zone. There's something we say, don't be too comfortable with anything you want to do. If you think you're comfortable, you're already failing. Whatever you do in life, whether you want to become anything, be in an edge where you're uncomfortable. Uncomfortable, that's the best place to be rather than being comfortable. Because let me just read to you what it says. Luxury motivates laziness. In what you need to do is the point of this tip is not moral. It's natural. Simply humble spaces. I can't even read that. So basically, what we say is that you need to be able to work away outside your comfort zone. Outside your comfort zone, not in your comfort zone. Outside your comfort zone, because when you do that, you are learning. You're pushing yourself out of the certain extent out of your comfort zone. You're becoming better, because in your comfort zone, you're dying. Yeah. Then the other thing that he says that is interesting, and I like this. And so let me just give you a story by story. I told you about my son who we were swimming with, and I taught him how to swim. 30 years later, I swim better than him because I did two things. I got a coach to teach me how to swim. I swam for a year. I learned all the tricks of swimming. And the time we went for swimming with him, we did strokes with him. I beat him hands down. Why? Because I became better because I acquired a skill which he doesn't have. So when you're acquiring skills, you make mistakes, but you learn. So when somebody tells you that I can't do this because I am old, he's lying to you. Age is never an issue. The issue is acquire a skill, whatever skill you want to do, acquire it. Learn, get a coach to help you become who you want to be and become better at it. And it's okay for you to fail. Then visualize success. I mean, that we have been told so many times. Sorry, let me just read one of the things that this book shares. Before you start, figure out if it's a hard skill or soft skills. The hard skills are high pressure skills are actions that are performed as correctly and consistently as possible every time. They are skills that have one path to an ideal result, e.g., shooting a free throw. Those are hard skills, but the soft skills are those skills that have many paths to a good result, not just those hard skills. So the thing is, you need to be able to hone your skills, own them. Let nobody ever tell you that you cannot do anything because you are too young or too old. Right now, in the business world, I was watching Richard Branson at 63 years old. The man is going to the moon. At 63, the man is going to the moon. He's now telling guys to fly to the moon, go to the moon, not Earth, moon. And you're there at 20, 30 years old, and you're still saying there are things you cannot do. My brother, my sister. Yeah. Right now, look at that's Richard Branson. Look at what's this guy called? The guy of Amazon, Jeff Bezos. He's retired from Amazon CEO to do other things at the age of 60-something. So the things that people say that they cannot do is because of age or because of status. Those are things that are in your mind. There's nothing you cannot do at whatever age. At whatever age. Yeah. So you young man out there, you think you can't be a star or you can't do a movie because you come from a poor family or because of I don't know what. We are living in an information age where every information is available for you. What you have to do is one, learn from the best. Remember what I've told you. I've just summarized the things I've said today. One, look at people who are good at what they do. Learn from them. Visualize yourself being a success. Yeah. Learn from them, like what China did. Steal and copy. Start doing what those people are doing to become better. And then take a notebook. Look at the things that you're doing. And if you're making mistakes, get feedback from yourself. Learn where you're making mistakes and do them. Because success is inevitable as long as you believe in yourself. And learn it's okay to fail. I can't overemphasize that. People sometimes say, I fear failure. I tell you with a straight face, it's okay to fail. Because when you fail, you learn. You fail forward. I think that's one book that John Maxwell wrote, Failing Forward. You need to be able to know that it's okay to fail so that you fail forward. When you fail, you learn. You either fail and sit in the corner and say, I failed, or you fail and learn and become better at what you do. Even in business, I mean, the millionaires of this world are the people who make more mistakes than anybody else. But because of trying so many times, they do a lot of good things. So out of 10 things they've tried, one succeeds. In fact, it was interesting that I was learning that when you send 100 emails, you only get 3% feedback. And that 3% could be good for you. So I urge you young man or you young lady there who's saying you cannot do stuff because of I don't know what, I come from a poor family, and you have Wi-Fi, you have everything working for you, you're still very young, and you're saying you can't succeed. Success is out there for you. Pick it. There's nothing you can do. You can hone your skill, take talent, and become who God has called you to be. So I leave you with that. Success is out there waiting for you. There is nothing you cannot do. Thank you. and God bless. Again, this is Anthony Njenga, business debut, where we want to do what? Want you to grow your business, make a lot of money, impact the community positively. Thank you, and God bless.